my questions. 1. Least favorite Nintendo game?
Very hard to say because I've never really had too many bad experiences with Nintendo games. That's a very hard question. What was my least favorite Nintendo game? And like I said, that really depends on if I was growing up with it or if I, played it more recently, if I'm being honest. If I had to pick one though, it'd be Donkey Kong 64. And the reason why that is that game is freaking confusing. I played that game multiple times, even recently as an adult, and I still don't know what I'm doing. I always look at people who play Donkey Kong 64 like, how the hell do you know what you're doing? And then when I play it, I'm always like, I'm lost, I don't know what I'm doing, screw this, I'm gonna go play something else. So maybe it's me being dumb, but yeah, Donkey Kong 64 is my least favorite.
2. Most underrated video game OST that needs more love?
Very hard to say because there's a lot of good gaming OSTs out there that many people know about, but the one that I don't hear people talk too often about is the Persona series OSTs. And I'm not just talking about Persona 3 or Persona 4, I'm talking about every Persona game. Persona 1, Persona 2, Persona 3, Persona 4, and hell, even the remakes on PSP. I hardly hear people talk about those OSTs, and I think they are rocking as hell. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to extend it to most Atlas games, because I don't remember if Atlas did this series, but there's also the Trauma Center series, there's the Professor Layton series, there's like Persona, Professor Layton, Trauma Center. All these games have like rocking OSTs that barely anybody talks about, and it bothers me. So if you really want a good OST to have as background music or just to listen to for the heck of it, look up those 3 games OSTs, Trauma Center, Persona, and the Professor Layton series. Do that. You will love every single track on all of them.
3. Have you ever played a game where the gameplay wasn't that great, but the story was interesting enough where you kept playing because of it?
Okay, first things first, nice flip there, because usually it's the other way around, where the gameplay is better than the story. So, the story being better than the gameplay, and I keep going because of it, that's a good question. I gotta give you that one. So, what would it be? I'd honestly say Pokemon Black and White, because Pokemon Black and White was the easiest of the Pokemon series for me, and I ran through the entire game almost immediately after I bought it. Like, I bought it, a week later, I beat it, and that bugged me in no end. Especially since my friends kept telling me, oh, the Elite Four is gonna wreck you, they're gonna beat you, and I beat them on my first try. But the one reason I kept going with Pokemon Black, which was the copy that I bought, was mainly because of its story. I love the story that they had, especially with Team Plasma. And I definitely like the character N. He was definitely my favorite part of Pokemon Black and White. So, yeah, I think Pokemon Black and White is a good example of a game that wasn't great in its gameplay department, but was hella good in its story department that I kept going.
Vanilla or chocolate?
¿Por qué no los dos?
What is your OC's backstory?
Now, I haven't fully worked on my OC's backstory, but to give the Cliff Notes version once again, my OC is born from a carrot, kind of like Thumbelina, how she was born from a flower. The thing is that my Pony OC was born from a carrot. He had no idea where he was born from or otherwise, and he was taken in by my mother and my father, who in my OC story are his adopted parents. I'm not adopted in real life. My father and mother are biological, but in my OC story, my father and mother are my adopted parents. And basically, the reason why my OC is called Keen Eye, and not because of my username, is because he has a keen eye for artifacts, relics, and otherwise. Like, he loves old objects to the point that he collects them, and he owns his own shop for appraising items of that nature. I still need to do a full-on backstory for my OC, but I'll get to that in the near future. But that's pretty much the Cliff Notes version of my OC's backstory.
My question is, how many of the Fallout Equestria books have you read? I am currently reading the original one by K-Cat.
I'd say one fully and one that I don't plan on finishing. The first is, of course, the original Fallout Equestria. The second is Project Horizons, which I cannot for the love of me finish reading that story because of how many problems I have towards it. But that, my friends, is another video for another day. But I have heard of Heroes, and I have heard of Murky Number 7 and otherwise. I may take a look at those in the near future, but that's after I get more time on my plate because I'm behind on videos as is.
What was your favorite childhood video game?
Once again, another tough question because I had a lot of games and I played a lot of games as a child growing up. And that really depends, once again, on console and otherwise, but I'll keep it very simplistic. If I had to pick a favorite childhood video game, it'd honestly be GoldenEye 007. And the reason why I say GoldenEye 007 is because I spent a lot of time playing that game with friends. Like, that was the game me and my friends played whenever we had an argument. It's like, last soda in the fridge, boot up GoldenEye 007. Whoever wins gets that soda. It's like, have to spend like a bunch of, like, the last bit of change on a bag of chips, boot up 007 to see who gets that bag of chips. Need to switch the channel, boot up 007. It's like everything we needed to do, we just booted up 007, and it was kind of glorious in that manner. Not to mention, I beat a bunch of my sister's friends who were complete teenagers, and I beat them as a 7-year-old in GoldenEye 007 without losing a single life. Come at me, bros.
In a battle, what fictional weapon would you use?
Hard to say, because I have a lot of favorite weapons in fictional battle. I mean, I love two-handed weapons like the Zweihandler, the Bastard Sword, the Claymore, but I also like daggers in many situations. I love, like, curved daggers, I love, like, tearing daggers and otherwise. But in the other kind of thing, I also prefer more unique weapons. If I had to pick a weapon that I would use in a fictional battle, it would honestly be the stake driver from Bloodborne. And the reason why I'm using the current example is because it's a freaking gauntlet with a small spear inside that can be turned into an explosive punch. That is too cool to not use in battle.
Before the MoH series reaches its end, what question or questions do you want them to answer?
Honestly, I just want more backstory for Luna and Celestia about how they became alicorns and otherwise, maybe about some of the Old Kingdom, because we don't really learn too much about the Old Kingdom, just the foundation of Equestria. That's something I would love to know about. And plus, I want to also see, like, actually explore some of the other countries throughout Equestria, but I know that's not a question, so if I had any questions that I would like for to be answered in the show, I just want to know more about the Old Kingdom, being the fact that I am a lore person, and the show has proven that they can do lore.
Who would win in a fight, me or Redcourt/Channel Hopper?
That's a bit of a hard one to say, considering, I mean, Channel Hopper has his remote that can let him do quite a different amount of things, but you also have your megaphone that he can't take away from you, or if somebody else touches it, it goes back to you after a while. So that's a very hard thing to actually decide. You would.
Congrats on reaching 1K subscribers. Here are my questions. Do you play any card games?
Used to play card games. I used to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh when I was younger. I stopped when I graduated from high school because I no longer had friends to play with. When it comes to other card games I played, I did try the Pokemon card game at one point, and I also played a little bit of, what was it called? Duel Masters, I think it was called, but it never was really my thing. So as of right now, I don't really play card games unless it's poker. I fucking love poker.
What inspired you to become a reviewer?
I'm gonna be boring and just say Digibrony, or Digibro at this point. The thing is that I was seeing people actually upload videos of themselves reviewing an episode with their Pony OC. I saw them in the corner of my eye, but I wasn't really too interested. But then at one point I was like, I'm bored, I got nothing better to do, so I watched one of Digibro's videos, and that's what kind of started it from there. After watching his video, I was invested in his channel, and that's when I started learning about others, like Voice of Reason, and Why, and various other people of that nature. At some point, I finally said screw it, and I wanted to become a part of a reviewer of some kind. So that's how I became a MLP reviewer. When it comes to game reviewing, that's a bit of a different story, and I'm going to touch on that on a different day.
Do you have any pets?
No, but my mom does. She has 2 cats. I would love to get, like, pet rats or pet snakes or something, but my mom is completely against rodents and, you know, reptiles in her house, so if I want to get a pet, I'm probably going to have to get my own place. So, no, I don't have any pets right now, though I really wish I did.
Who's your favorite princess?
I'm going to be boring and say Luna, mainly because I do like her character and I do like her design. Though Celestia for me is definitely a close second because, well, I just like the way she is and I really wish she would get more episodes.
Who's your favorite pony out of the main 6?
Very easy, that one. Twilight. Why? Because we're both nerds, we both have OCD tendencies, and we both don't know how to schedule for crap. Well, not schedule, but we both don't know how to do a plan without following a plan.
Who is the pretty pony out of the main 6 and princesses?
Am I wrong to say Cadence?
How much swag do you have on a scale of 1 to 10? Also, are there any more vlogs coming?
I don't know. How much swag do you think I have? Also, to answer the question, yes, new vlogs are coming. I'm just busy with a lot of things at the moment.
You got a YouTube? Sweet! I'm gonna sub right now. I can only come up with one question, though. Ever considered shorts or something else with your pony OC? I think it'd be cool. Personally, I'd love to see you hunt some bounties all Wild West style. Also, thanks for featuring me. You're sweet.
Maybe someday I'll do shorts with my pony OC, but I haven't quite decided if that's something I want to pursue. Because I like doing short gameplay videos because they're kind of fun to mess with. Short pony videos? I'll leave that up to y'all if y'all would like to see that. Like, would y'all like to see shorts of pony videos kind of the same way as I do shorts of video game moments? Like, go ahead. Leave a comment. If you want to see that, I'll definitely do some short and see how it's received.
Congrats on 1K subs. My brother has been watching your channel for some time now, and he likes it. His questions are, did you ever play Megaman?
Oh yeah, I used to be a big Megaman fan. Grew up with the series on the NES and even played a little bit of the X series on Super NES. Though I dropped off from the X series when they started coming out on PS2, and the last Mega Man game that I played in a while was the Battle Network series. Like, I used to play a lot of the Battle Network games on Game Boy Advance and such. I never played, I forgot what it was called, the new Mega Man that came out after Battle Network, but I never played that one, and I guess I'll say this, I am a little sad that what's happened with Mega Man as of late, especially since I am, in fact, a fan of the Legends series. I kind of like Legends 1 and 2. I really wish Legends 3 came to fruition, but yeah. I played a lot of Mega Man growing up. I'm very sad with the way the series has gone at this point.
What's your favorite time of the year?
Winter. The reason why I like winter is because I hate the heat. And not to mention, snow is beautiful to look at, and, well, I kind of like the cold a lot more than I do the heat. Can you blame me?
If I made a game, would you play it? P.S. I hope everything is going well for your mother and you.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind. I'm up to try anything at least once, and I have been asked a couple of times by some people to play their games, and I've either told them it's okay but it needs improvement, or it's not my thing. I'll be honest, like, if you do actually have a game, if you made a game and you wanted me to play it, I'd say, sure, send it to me. Send it to me through Tumblr or something like that, and I'll check it out and I'll say what I think about it. If I like it, I'll let you know. If I don't like it, I'll let you know. If it's not my thing, again, I'll let you know. So, yeah, I'd be up for it.
How do you make the turret thing as construction man?
I don't know, ask him.
How do you fire the spiky balls as Black Scottish drunk man?
I don't know, ask him.
Hey! How do you shoot the phallic explosives as American Army man?
Easy. First thing you do is... And there it is, people. That is the entirety of the Q&A video for 1,000 subscribers. So first things first, I'd like to thank everybody who sent me questions, especially some of the dumber ones. And I'd also like to thank everybody for helping me reach 1K subscribers and growing at this point. Thanks everybody helping me reach 1K subscribers and for sending me the questions that you wanted to send me. It was fun, and I cannot wait to start working on even more content in the near future. So until next time, I'm Keen47, aka Wolfkeen. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, guys, take care.